Hello there, my name's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee, and today I'm going to make a parachute suitable to hang from the ceiling for basket or for bear. To put the bear there. Yes, 'cause it's going to clash terribly with this skirt, but who cares? Alright, so I have got fabric folded in half, folded into a quarter, got my point, and I'm folding it into an eighth. I know. I'm going to shake it just to get the other bits out of the way. I wanted to save wastage by actually cutting it off a larger piece rather than cutting it down. So now I've cut it into 16ths. I know. Not very exciting, I know. But, you know, if a bear needs a parachute, a bear needs a parachute. So here we go. I've got my string at the point. And I am holding it quite tightly because it's about to ping away, and I'm just doing my curb with a pen, and I'm using as much as the material as I can. So that's all good. Now, even though I've got a curb that I could cut with, what I actually need is an artificial curb so that it's sort of floofy. So I'm going to take those points and I'm going to cut down to another point. Now, one way to do this so we get it exactly accurate would be to fold it in half again, but I'm not doing that. Now, what I need to do is, this is a lining, and it's special lining because it's luminous orange, obviously, so it's not quite ripstop, but it is a bit thicker than normal. And all I'm doing is I'm pushing it down so I've got my creases, which I'm going to need. Take my sewing machine, my trusty sewing machine, and all these creases that I've now done, I'm going to handle the fabric very gently. I'm literally going to sew one line along each crease. Now, if it was a slightly bigger canvas for something slightly heavier, then what I would do is I would do my line of stitching that I've just described, and then I would fold it on the other side and then fold that line of stitching out, and that's just to give it some rigidity. So, but for this size you should get away with just one line of stitches. I'll show you the two lines of stitches because it would be unfair not to. And you get to watch my bald spot as I attempt to thread the machine. Oh, my poor sewing machine. It's had a hard life, you know. Okay. So what I've got is the fabric in half. And I can just about see these lines. If it was a problem, then what I'd do is I'd fold it and maybe put some chalk on the edges, just to make life a bit easy. Now, I have lined up the fabric halfway between my foot and my edge. I'm really literally sewing a very small amount. Now, I'm going to say to you, sew a small amount as you're happy with. You know, all we're doing is just okay, I'm saying rigidity, but it's also just decoration, so don't feel that you have to do it any closer than that. Okay, so I'm faffing. Here we go. I'm going to pull that taut, and then I'm going to open this out. So you can see that there's like a little ridge there. So I'm going to place this under the machine. If I had an embroidery machine, this would be an excellent chance to use it. And I'm going to push this tiny fold flat. And then I'm literally going to sew the fold over. Okay, so, you know, it's quite easy for me. You just have to accept that the machine wants to go in a straight line, and if I adjust it, smallest adjustments are better. So. Oh, I am special. Okay, now if you want to make your parachute out of shirring thread, then that's a really bad idea. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm getting worse. Okay. So, here we go. I've put in a nice contrasting coloured thread. And I'm going to do that whole thing again. But because I haven't paused it or anything or marked it, I'm not going to be able to edit it. But I don't think there's any harm in letting you know how absolutely crazy I am. So, I have my lines here. I'm going to pick a fold, and even though this one's not quite as visible as, say, the original folds of the fabric, I'm going for the point of the petal to the point of the centre. And I'm going to just do a straight line stitches. Oh, don't.